Hello, welcome back to Steve's Retirement Corner. Mornings are special in retirement. I'll be honest with you, I've been retired almost 2 years now, and I really ain't found nothing about retirement that I didn't like. But mornings really are a special time for me. But hey, man, before I get into that, I got some viewers on here that are Minnesota Vikings fans. I told one of them that I had something I might show them that would uh, they might be tickled to see. I don't know how well y'all can see this. It's one of them old gym bags. It's got the solid bottom on it, with them little feet on it and everything. I've had this sucker probably close to, had to be close to 50 years. I got it probably in 76, 77, something like that. It ain't cloth, it's made out of some kind of vinyl or something. But used to use it for a daggone carry-on bag whenever I took a flight. It's perfect size. It's holding a bunch of daggone newspapers in there I've kept over the years. Past 30, 40, 50 years of stuff I thought was major things, you know, like the Challenger blowing up. Pete Rose when he surpassed Ty Cobb in hits, stuff like that. So, but I thought y'all might get a kick out of that. And one other thing I'm thinking about is making an extra video this week. I don't normally make more than one or two a week. If I do, I'd like to give you a heads up if I can, so you'll know to disregard it if it pops up in your feed. I'm just gonna make it's gonna be about making a YouTube channel in retirement. It's more or less really gonna be a big thank you to everybody that all the new subs and all the people that's been around for a while. Anybody that's actually ever watched a video of mine, to be honest with you, it's just kind of little ins and outs of what I've learned, and just kind of, it's a fun little thing. If you feel like watching, hey man, that's cool. If not, hey man, take care. But anyways, man, mornings are special in retirement. You know, I'm a big believer in daggone all them little bitty sayings. Pennies make dollars, stitching time saves nine, junk like that. And one of them really helps me, and I've always tried to follow, was getting off to a good start. You know, I always figure you get off to a good start, it builds confidence, and confidence builds on itself, you know. And everything I did in retirement is kind of geared towards that. You know, that's why I got so much cash or bonds or whatever. You know, it guarantees me my first decade that, hey man, I ain't got to worry about cash this first decade. I don't care what happens. You know, I built in 2 raises, automatic raises in the first few years of my retirement. Junk like that, man. Just so I could get off on a good foot while I was figuring things out. I told somebody here a while back that I tried to use that Hippocratic oath, do no harm. I figured the less harm I can do to myself, the beginning of retirement, the better my future retirement looks down the line, you know. While I'm learning, I don't want to make very few mistakes, you know, that on my own, you know, maybe accidental ones, but, and that's the way you know, I'd always heard years ago, I'd heard it years ago, and I still keep it in mind, was work the first hour for you. That meant to save that first hour's pay, whatever you're supposed to get paid that first hour, for yourself, and let you know, live off the rest, and let the government take whatever they want out of that. So I've just carried that over into retirement, man. You know, that's the way I spend my days too. That's where I go about my days the same way. Instead of the first hour, you know, it's usually first 2 to 4 hours. But what got me thinking about this was I usually get up before the baby in the mornings, before daybreak usually, and 2 or 3 times a week I usually get cup of coffee, and I come out here and sit down about daybreak, you know. Watch the birds and the squirrels over yonder, you know. It's what I call sit out here and listening to the world wake up, you know. Maybe I catch some deer coming across the tracks back yonder, or you know, Saturday morning there was a group of geese flying in formation over here, just squawking up a storm, you know. It just kind of gives me a, you know, a few minutes every day to kind of recenter myself, you know. I get to feeling grateful for what I got. You know, I'm glad that I ain't got to go in no more. You know, I just kind of, it just makes you feel good all over. It gives me a good start to my day. You know, then I get up and go in there and start the coffee for the baby, and we'll have us our little production meeting. You know, do my little exercising, and then I'll go about my day. You know, that way there, if I mean, I could have the worst day in history, but you know, at least I had them few minutes that morning for me. You know, it it has gone a long ways for me in retirement to do something like that. It really has. You know, because hey man, life, you know, life ain't all, you know, rainbows and unicorns, man. We got the same troubles and concerns and worries and problems that everybody else does. You know, if it ain't me and the baby, it's, you know, it's close friends or family. You know, so I mean, having that few minutes to myself, it don't hurt to be a little bit selfish in retirement. I don't believe. You know, and now in retirement, man, you ain't jumping out of bed, throwing some groceries down your throat, kissing the baby bye, and heading off on an hour or two commute to go somewhere where they control the next 8, 12, 16 hours of you, you know. It's so good not to get that, have that anymore. Retirement allows you to get back a little bit more control over your life, every piece of it, really. You know, retirement can be a great period of life. I don't care when you go, but I hate to see people push it off if it's not really needed. You know, push it off out of fear or unfound fear, you know, or just whatever. I don't know, man. But listen, y'all enjoy yourselves this week. Try to make it a good one. It's gonna be beautiful down here. Last week it got so cool down here, man. I had to put on some long breeches a couple of days, man. Got into the 50s. Real unusual for here for August, but it's supposed to heat back up this week. It's supposed to be up over 105, 110 for the heat index the rest of this week. A couple days this week, anyways. So, but y'all take care, man. We'll talk to y'all later.